Hasty off the field. We had 12 people in the huddle. We saw what front they came out in. We ran Hasty on the field. Cantrell stands up like a defensive end and rushes hard from the outside. Johnson had to throw the ball deep down the middle, incomplete, and the Blue Devils, 39 seconds left. We just have got to hold on to the ball.
They have 2 timeouts, or they have 1 timeout. 1 timeout. They jam 12 men on the line. We take a knee. There's flags everywhere, and then there's slugging everywhere. 86 come through and slugged Jay Sellers right through the face mask, and the ref didn't see it. They call Lebanon for illegal motion. Did you see 86 jar Jay Sellers with a forearm?
Tell you what, he's jarred the wrong guy, because I believe after the game, Jade might have something to say something to Dan France. And Bruce, it was obvious. He got a hand right in Jade's face mask. Jade immediately went right to the official and told him to keep an eye on that.
Stay in the huddle, Lebanon. They've started the clock. We can stay back there 25 seconds. We don't. We come out. Let's see if he throws the forearm again. Watch for some roughness here. Take a knee, and there goes another slug, but they don't call that neither. That time, it was number 26 that slugged one of our players. So Oakland can sense defeat, and it hurts. They must not have any timeout. This football game is winding down, ladies and gentlemen. Lebanon's going to win this football game 14-9. 14-9. Lebanon has beaten Oakland. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Tennessee State University, Lebanon has defeated Oakland by a score of 14-9. Lebanon looks like we're going back to the playoffs for the 6th time under Blue Devil head coach Mark Medley. Our man with the numbers has all the stats. Here's Terry Stafford.
Thank you, Tommy. Lebanon wins the ball game tonight at Murfreesboro, 14-9. Recapping the scoring, Lebanon got on the board first. 8:14 left in the first quarter. Zach Manier, a 48-yard touchdown run, capping a 3-play, 56-yard drive. Jonathan Presley with the extra point, and at the end of the first quarter, Lebanon led 7-0. Oakland got on the board first in the second quarter. 2:20 left in the second quarter. Chris Greenwood, a 35-yard field goal. This kept a 14-play, 59-yard drive. And at that point, Lebanon led 7-3. And then Lebanon scored with only 52 seconds left in the half. Greg Triplett found a Mont Stone for a 25-yard touchdown pass. This kept a 36-yard 5-play drive. Presley added the extra point, and at halftime, Lebanon led 14-3. The only scoring in the second half, Murfreesboro, Oakland with 4:47 left in the game. Cornelius Elder, a 3-yard run. This capped a 68-yard, 11-play drive. The 2-point extra conversion pass was incomplete, and that was our final. Lebanon beats Oakland tonight, 14-9. Statistically in the ball game, for Oakland, 52 yards on the ground, 25 carries. Lebanon with 124 on the ground on 31 carries. Through the air tonight, Oakland 163 yards passing, as they were 16 of 30 through the air, no interceptions and no touchdowns. Lebanon through the air 97 yards on 8 of 13 passing, no interceptions and 1 touchdown. Total yardage tonight very close. Oakland 219, Lebanon 221. First downs, Oakland dominated this category. 14 first downs for Oakland, 8 passing, 3 rushing, and 3 by penalty. Lebanon held to only 7 first downs, 6 passing and 1 on the ground. There were no turnovers in the game for either squad. Penalties, Oakland only 1 for 5 yards, Lebanon 9 for 60. Individually in the ball game, first for Oakland, Darrell Johnson, their quarterback, 5 carries, 4 yards. Sidney Bell, 9 carries for 15. And Cornelius Elder, 11 carries for 41 yards. That's 25 carries for Oakland, only 52 yards. Through the air, Johnson 16 of 30, 163 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, 163 yards passing, 52 on the ground, 219 total yards for Oakland. For Lebanon tonight, Greg Triplett, 2 carries, -1. Zach Manier, a good night, 12 carries, 83 yards. Tyson Neal, 11 carries for 33. Zach Dirksen, 5 carries for 9. And Chavez Job, 1 carry, no yardage, for Lebanon on the ground, 31 carries, 124 yards tonight. Passing triplet, 8 of 13, 97 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. 97 through the air for Lebanon, 124 on the ground, 221 yards for Lebanon as they beat Oakland tonight, 14-9 in the Big 7 AAA matchup here at MTSU, Tommy.
Thanks, Terry. We'll be back with the Mark Medley Show in 1 minute.
Good evening, folks. This is John Bryan, live with the head football coach of Lebanon High School Blue Devils, Mark Medley, the Mark Medley post-game show brought to you by Greg Brothers Car Wash in Lebanon. Coach, I'm going to let you do the talking.
Well, I don't know what you can say about this ball game except it was two good football teams with their backs against the wall, seniors knowing that they had to win it to go to the playoffs, and I feel for the Oakland people. They play their hearts out. I have a lot of respect for David Alsop and his program, but we're just tickled to death to come away with a win from here tonight. Our kids have been challenged ever since the Riverdale loss, and they fought, and I think we've gotten better, and I'm just so happy for them. They didn't want to be the first team in 6 years not to represent this district in the playoffs, and I'm just so thankful that they're going to have an opportunity to do that.
Coach, is an outstanding defensive performance, holding off the Oakland offense right there at the end, and Stone looked like he had an interception right there in the end zone and must have drug his foot out of bounds.
Well, evidently he did. We couldn't tell where we were from, and that's all academic now, but DeMond Stone's he's a big-time player, and he made some big-time plays for us again tonight.
Coach, looking ahead against Columbia, got to go down there. Columbia's a good football team. What do you know about them?
Well, we know they've got a great tailback in Pillow, and outside of that, we don't really know a whole lot. We're going to swap films in the morning, and of course, we'll go to work from there, and a few good pizzas and a little time, and Coach Marshall will find out what they're doing.
Speaking of Coach Marshall, we have Ron Marshall, the defensive coordinator for the Blue Devils. Coach, good game.
Well, thank you, John. It was a hair raiser, that's for sure. There at the end, they was throwing the football on us, and we was over on the sidelines trying to figure out what we could do to stop them from throwing it, and I'm just lucky they didn't get in the end zone there at the end.
Tell you what, we had everybody in the stands on their feet, and I know they're biting their nails like we were on the sideline.
Well, it was definitely a good fans' ball game, and our kids, they deserve the win. They worked hard on off-season weight room. They went out and we had a good week's practice this week, and those senior kids deserve this win to be able to get in the playoffs and represent Lebanon, and it was just a great win for us.
Coach, Oakland defense stepped it up a step in the second half.
Yeah, they did. We'll have to go back and look, but I know we had at least two penalties that cost us a drive, and then on the short 4th and inches, their guy made a heck of a play, and they stopped us, and that took a lot of momentum away from us and gave them another breath of life. But I thought our running backs ran hard, and I probably got a little too conservative. Our people wanting to throw the football, and of course with the lead we had, I wanted to see the clock run. But again, we got a lot of faith in our defense, and they came through for us.
Special teams did an excellent job tonight. Had a great kickoff return with Jade Sellers after Oakland stuck in the field goal. Jade takes it back, 40, 50 yards?
Yeah, he did. The kickoff return was big because that got us in good field position, and we put the other touchdown on the board before half.
Defensively, Coach Marshall, good game out of your linebackers there. It looked like Steve Rose had a good game.
Well, yeah, we played the run tough all night, John. We going in at halftime, we knew that they was going to come out throwing the football in the second half, and we was just trying to figure out some way to stop them from throwing it. They did a real good job running little quick routes underneath our coverage, and we just wasn't breaking on the football good enough to make the play. And I'm just glad that we was able to keep them out of the end zone. That was their objective and goal on that last drive, was to just not let them give up the big one and don't let them score.
Coaches, appreciate you. Hard work and your 110% effort out there, leading our Blue Devils to another victory. Good luck next week. Congratulations.